A Texas megachurch is suffering a coronavirus outbreak after its pastor took part in a super spreader event at the Rose Garden at the White House. So this was, of course, the event for Amy Coney Barrett, which happened several weeks ago. That's where a lot of people ended up getting sick with the coronavirus. And so, that's like basically ground zero. Hope Hicks, a lot of different people, actually, in the Trump administration had gotten sick as a result of that event. And yet, like a lot of people, this guy also didn't care who he went back and infected. I think it was Mike Lee also. But he was going around maskless during the Amy Coney Barrett hearings. So, wonderful. So now, who is this guy? Pastor Robert Morris. Pastor Robert Morris has continued to preach since returning from the Supreme Court nomination announcement for Amy Coney Barrett at the White House, which of course seems to have spread the virus among dozens of attendees. And now new cases are cropping up at his Gateway Church in South Lake, reporting the Star Telegram. So the confirmed cases apparently go up and down daily, said church spokesman Loris Swicegood, who refused to specify how many cases had been confirmed among the church's 850 part-time and full-time employees. So, they go up and down, and all that. Okay, well, what are the numbers? I mean, how many people are infected? A couple, right? Sure. Morris, who also took part in the prayer march led by Reverend Franklin Graham while in Washington, did test negative twice since the September 26th White House event and has not exhibited any COVID-19 symptoms, according to Swicegood. So, he could be asymptomatic depending on what tests you take, because tests aren't 100% accurate, and you can be asymptomatic and spread the virus. So, and I don't know if the guy was wearing a mask or anything like that. So who knows? But at the same time, somebody there has got coronavirus and is spreading it around to the congregation. But here's a response from the spokesperson. You're going to love this. Not everything you see or read in the paper and on the internet is completely accurate or even true. Now, what is he referring to? He said that he was unsure whether any congregants had tested positive for the virus, and he denied news reports indicating that an outbreak had forced the closure of some portions of the megachurch campus. And so he's saying fake news, essentially. So now here's the thing. Oh, he's saying fake news without actually pointing out what was fake about it. So he's like, don't believe what you read in here. Unless, of course, it comes from us. Then, of course, obviously. Right. Sure. So here's the thing. Religion's fine. Okay, I don't agree with religion. I'm not a religious person. I don't care about your God or your Jesus, your sky God, whatever, right? But if you believe in it, that's fine, as long as you're not hurting anyone else. This kind of moronic crap does hurt other people, though. Now, here's what Morris tweeted a couple of days ago. He said, "There's no COVID in heaven. No sorrow, no tears, no pain, no sickness, no disease, no death. None of that's there. Everything you love is there. Everything you did enjoy on earth is in heaven, but it's 1,000 times better." Okay, but you're not there. You're here, assuming, of course, that it even exists, which I don't believe. You're not there. You're here. So, okay, you're on earth with a bunch of other people who are not looking to find out, by the way, whether or not your sky god exists, because your dumbass gave them a virus that could kill them. I mean, this is deeply irresponsible, because it's not just affecting the congregation. It is also affecting everyone around as well. The communities that they interact with. They don't just go from the church to a bubble. No, they go to the store. They go get food. They go and interact with people. Right? They probably get together and have parties. I don't know. They could. And so, I mean, we've seen irresponsible behavior from a lot of people. And so that's a problem. You are putting your community in jeopardy. And this is, Look, here's the thing. It's deeply irresponsible. I mean, how hard is it to quarantine and not spread this around until you know you're not contagious? I mean, it's not that hard. Shelter in place for a little while. Read the book you're always talking about, the Bible. Put the health and safety of your flock ahead of everything else. Look, if you're a real Christian, you'd actually care about your people because you're supposed to be a leader for them in the actual community. But not. But no, this guy... And the fact that he runs a mega church, usually when you see a mega church, you know what they're about, right? They're usually peddling some sort of grift on people in order to live like a king themselves, while the parishioners happen to struggle. And so that's my problem. And I guess in this case, maybe those people, part of that struggle is dying of coronavirus, which of course, and I hate when they do this, but they're going to chalk it up to, it's God's will. God meant for that to happen. No, how about you fuck off? How about that? You didn't wear a mask. You didn't socially distance. You didn't quarantine when you felt symptoms. You didn't get tested. You didn't use any of the tools available. If God was real, God would call you a fucking moron for not using any of the tools provided to keep you and your community safe. I mean, there's no excuse for this kind of dangerous ignorance. How many pastors have gotten coronavirus and died as a result because they left it in God's hands? And that's a problem, okay? Quite a few. To these people, I just want to say, your God gave you a brain, supposedly, right? Well, why don't you fucking use it? If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.